Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Devin Grayson, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nightwing News. It's been a while. I am Phil. Joining me once again, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
That's right. We're back. This time we're going to talk some of the new comics that came out, including a bunch of Night Terrors stuff and some World's Finest Teen Titans and some Tales of the Titans and some Harley Quinn episodes. Got some comics.
What are you doing?
All right. I don't know. Should we start with the Harley Quinn? Get that out of the way first.
Sure, makes sense.
So, how did you feel about the butt jokes?
I mean, it feels expected, and I'm surprised that it took them until the second season that Nightwing was in it to do it.
It just seemed like every episode, like but I guess we're not going to get too much more of that because spoilers, kids. Seems as Dick Grayson has passed away on the show. Well, has been murdered on the show.
You really think he's dead?
I don't know. There was a body. I don't know. Again, it's a comic universe. Yeah, I don't know, but trying to think if they killed anybody off and if they've come back. It's
I don't know. A part of me feels like he'll come back. And also I wonder, with Joker saying he did it and how Joker is kind of Harley's nemesis, it feels like it's going to be resolved in some way.
Or I could see Joker just like taking credit for it, but he didn't do it, but he just wanted to get back into villainy.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, I was just like, what, really? I'm like, I thought they were building him up to be this big thing this season, and then just like, nope. It looked like he died, and Barbara's not taking it well.
No, definitely not. I thought that it was a little, I mean, it fit with the show, but it was also definitely ridiculous how Harley was like, I have to train you to fight without your gadgets. I was like, everyone knows how to do that, particularly Damien. Damien knows how to turn anything into a weapon.
Exactly.
But my favorite joke was when she gave birth to all the sharks, and then the last shark you thought was dead, and Nick popped out the card. The magician was like, "Is this your card?" I was like, "Yes, that was great."
The Vegas one, yeah.
That was pretty great.
And now Poison Ivy's a CEO of evil.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I did like how when they went to Malcon that they both Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg were there. I thought that was a nice touch.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think, what else do we get? What else happened? Oh, what about Alfred going to jail?
Yeah, that was pretty.
But he's trying to he was trying to be with Bruce, but they're like, no, that's you're not going the rich.
I know. Something's up. Obviously, Alvin, he's a shady character.
Yeah.
I have my suspicions. Well, what did you think of the butt jokes?
I mean, it was fine. Again, I expect it from this show, like you said, but it's just, I don't know, it almost seemed like that. I was like, oh, another butt joke. It's like they were just like hammering you with the butt jokes. Oh, then was
Oh, I have to say, I read an article and I would not have expected that guy who sniffs cocaine was real. I would have thought they had made him up for the show, but apparently he existed before the show.
Oh yeah. What was the name of the character? Yeah. I was gonna say that.
Snow something.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I've heard of the character,
Snowflame?
but I wasn't.
Snowflame, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually does cocaine in the comics, but yeah, I was pretty sure that was a pre-existing character. Yeah, a lot of times they show like those group shots of the villains, like it's I think like all those were, most of them were pre-existing characters.
Right, yeah, and so I wouldn't have expected. I thought that was pretty funny.
And Bane is still here.
I do love Bane.
Mm.
Bane is pretty amazing in that show.
The pasta maker.
Yes, the pasta maker. But did you notice that basically Nightwing and Lex Luthor were wearing the same style of underwear? When they were doing that trap with Nightwing's butt to catch the pig, and he had that kind of thong G-string thing on, and then I swear Lex Luthor was wearing the same thing at Malcon.
I don't know. Was it what Lex thinks he's got a butt as good as Dick's? I don't think so.
No, but it was similar.
So I'm kind of sad if Dick's dead, and even if he returns, it's gonna probably be a while before we see him again. So
I know it's
and Barbara is really taking it hard. So
well, she said yes. I just want him to come back. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it feels like none of the, because the show was not really about them, so none of the heroes really get to work up to their potential. That girl a little more so than the others, but Damien's role has been pretty small.
Yeah. Well, how'd you feel about that? Like after Damien's all afraid. He's like, I think I'm gonna stay with my mom. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna stay with my mom then.
I did think it was kind of funny. I mean, Talia's kind of cool in the show. I did think it was funny how she was like, "Why are you so old?"
I know. And he's like, "Is this a pacifier?" She's like, "Here's a gift. What is this? A pacifier?"
Yeah. And she gives him that rattle.
It's funny. She treats him like a baby.
Yeah. Which is very different from the comics, but is preferable to what they did in the comics. Like, that would not be funny for the show. So I liked the direction they took.
Yes.
It reminded me a little bit of Lloyd's dad in Lego Ninjago when at the beginning of the movie he turned 16 and he's face calling his dad, and his dad's like, "You're not my son. My son is bald." And he's like, "Dad, that's what I looked like 16 years ago." Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right. So, should we talk some comics?
Yes.
All right. I'll say, where should we start? We have quite the stack here. We did a few weeks ago. We did get the wrap up to Night Terror's Robin. So we got Night Terror's Robin number 2.
Oh yeah, I think I just read number 1. Well, you can tell me about it.
I mean, again, it's basically Tim and Jason working the escape the nightmare, and and then they once again, it's like, oh, you have to face your fears and stuff, and then they pretty much like, hey, let's trade fears. Let's fight each other's fears.
Very smart.
Yes. So they, of course, that's the whole thing. They break out, and then they're just like, oh, I'm sure everyone else needs our help. So then they go racing off. Not this one, but a lot of the other ones, like most of the number 2s it says, to be concluded in Night Tears is it Night's End or something? But yeah, there's like a finale issue coming up here, and I don't know if it's next week or the week
not
after.
in Nightwings. They were just like end.
Yeah, no, yeah. The Robins one just said end too. So it's kind of.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the Titans one said.
Oh yeah, the Titans, and yeah, a lot of them did. I didn't even read them all this week yet, but I know a lot of the ones last week did.
Mhm.
Well, do we want to talk some of the Titan stuff that didn't have Dick in it per se, like Night Terrors Titans 1 and 2, and we got more new Tales of the Titans, with this time with Raven.
Yeah, whatever you want.
That's fine. Okay, well, okay, Tales of the Titans with Raven. What did you think? I thought it was good.
Yes, I just gotta remind myself.
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, with her brother.
Yeah. And basically she had to go in with without her powers for a while, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a good issue, but again, for purposes of this show, there was no Nightwing in it, so.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a good issue.
But yeah, if you're a fan of Raven, yes, this was a good issue. I mean, the art inside wasn't bad, but I really liked that cover.
Yes, yeah. The art, the cover was very felt like really good throwback to the new Teen Titans.
Yeah, like it wasn't George Perez's art, but it was someone doing like a good homage to George Perez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say who did the cover here. Nicholas Scott and Annette Kwan cover. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of variants, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a Blue Beetle variant cover because yes, the Blue Beetle movie came out, kids.
Oh yeah, have you seen it? I'm sure you
yes,
did.
I saw it. It's good. I mean, I think they could have done a little more work on like the story, but like all the cast were really good and stuff. And
was it better than Flash?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, and that pains me because I'm a big Flash fan. But yes, yeah. Well, I kind of like it too because with the exception of like 2 people, it's like I wasn't too familiar with the rest of the cast, and I kind of like that in a superhero movie. It's it's not like, oh hey, that's Ben Affleck in a Batman costume, so I can like throw myself into it more if I'm not as familiar with the cast.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But no, it's good.
Yeah, and I think it's nice that it is Blue Beetle. He hasn't gotten as many. He's definitely not oversaturated the market.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's not really a household name.
So it's nice when they do that.
I know. I just hope the movie does good business because just like the Flash and the other stuff have people are just like, oh, it's a DC movie. Maybe hope that doesn't turn them off.
True enough.
But yeah, the Raven one was good. But I was like, it surprised me in the beginning. I'm like, wait a minute, Panther? I'm like, didn't she die?
Oh yeah, I didn't know about Panther dying, but I was like, Panther.
But that might have been before New 50. Was that before New 52? So again, it's like continuity. But all of a sudden, I'm like, she's gonna be a mother. I'm like, wait, what? I thought she like hated kids and people. And
Panther's hard to get a read on.
I know. And again, it's been several continuity shifts here, so who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that gets Raven thinking about her own mother and stuff. But yeah, like I said, it's a good issue. It's kind of like this. I mean, I forget. It's been a while since I read this. Is that? Oh yeah, Amadeus, the long ago spirit of the Azarathi. Yeah, help her brother. But she has to go in without her powers. and like save this, save the woman, her brother's mother, and just be like, yeah, the whole thing with her mother and stuff. And
yeah, it reminded me, or it felt like it maybe had a little bit of it felt like it fit a little bit in with the show as well. Like maybe it was a little bit inspired by the show, or that if you had watched the show and were interested in getting into the comics, then
I think
familiar, which I thought was probably a nice idea.
Yeah, I think a lot of modern comics, especially DC and Marvel, they try to do that these days. It's like trying to have something that either look or something familiar from like a TV show or a movie, if hoping to snag someone who may have just watched the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, those Tales of the Titans have been good so far. We had got Starfire, now we got the Raven. So I was gonna say, who we got left? I think we got Guard.
I think Cyborg.
Oh, Cyborg yet? I was trying to remember. Do we have Cyborg?
No.
Or is
Dinah.
Dawn and
Is it
Guard?
Donna and Beast Boy? Cyborg and Beast Boy? No, I'm Donna and Beast Boy, I think. I think Cyborg has a mini series, so he's.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I was gonna say anyone who has like their own like mini series or series going right now, I think they're trying to focus on the other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been good. All right. And speaking of Titans, again, just today we got we got Night Terrors Titans number 2, so we didn't talk number 1 yet. But yeah, so Night Terrors Titans, what did you think? Once again, no dick in these ones, even though we have the bat on the cover.
So at first I was confused at first I thought it was Donna Troy. And then when Donna came in, I was like, wait, who's this person? So once it was clarified that the woman was kind of the personification of Titan's Tower, then I liked it better. Because then I was like, oh, okay, now I kind of understand what's going on.
Yeah, because this woman, says because the Titans are going through their nightmares, especially, and then like issue 2 here, it's like, wait a minute, why are all of these like people attacking us inmates? It's like, oh yeah, the tower used to be the Bloodhaven private prison.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of these Night Terrors are good. They're better than I thought they'd be, but like, yeah, some of them are just like straight up nightmares. But then some of them they try to like add like a supernatural aspect and stuff. And so yeah, the Titans are once again just like in the Robin issue. Yeah, the Titans are trying to fight their way through their nightmare. They have to like fight like nightmare versions of themselves.
Yeah.
I think the freakiest one is Donna with like it's like looks like Donna but with like multiple big heads. That's freaky.
Yes. Yeah, there says to be continued in. Oh, there says Night Terrors Night's End.
Yes.
Is that a different thing?
I think, well, it's like, it's like you have the regular Night Terrors series, then after that issue, I guess it's going to be that's going to be the wrap-up issue, Night Terror Night's End. So
okay.
Instead of just slapping a number 5 or whatever on it, they're just like, oh yeah, Night Terrors Night's End.
I see.
I guess, yeah. It's like when they do an alpha or an omega issue, yeah. All right, so someone who hasn't read all of them and basically just read like the Titans one and like the Nightwing one, and you said you read the first Robin one. What did you think of the Night Terror stuff?
I thought it was interesting. As kind of like a fun little thing. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like it contributes that much. That's why it still seems weird to me that it didn't come out in Halloween time. Because I feel like, I mean, I like, but it feels very much like a gimmick.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they've done this other
That's-
years. Yeah,
And
like
that's fine. I guess I just feel like I wish the gimmick made more. I shouldn't say made more sense, but I think it would be better if the gimmick was. I don't know. It just would make more sense if it was.
yeah, October would be it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've done these before in like July and August, like a 2-month event. And I don't know what it is, if it's just like vacation for people or what, but
So that I think would make it better if it.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't because it doesn't really seem to matter. And particularly with I actually thought the Titans one made a little bit more sense with since their tower was repurposed and stuff. The Nightwing one, I Googled some reviews of it because afterwards I was like, okay, well, that was interesting. And yeah, people were kind of like, yeah, it was interesting, but it doesn't really matter. And I was like, yes, I guess. Particularly because the big bad Insomnia is barely in the Nightwing one. Like, doesn't even really make an appearance.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's like he was looking through everyone's nightmares looking for this. Was it the Nightmare Stone or something? So it's like, yeah, so it's like so like 99% of the issues, it's like even if he does show up, it's like it's not gonna really have he's basically in and out.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's the other thing too. A lot of these night terrors aren't written by the regular monthly, the monthly writer and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's not going to have any lasting effect. That's what I said. That's like the good thing about like the Green Lantern and the Shazam issues. Well, like they are written by the people writing the regular monthly books. So
yeah, and that's fine. I guess I just feel like with the Titans and using the tower, that feels more organic to what's going on in the book. And I liked that idea. And so I don't know. I guess I just thought, oh, that's cooler. That's more interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people like all these issues. They're like the ideas this supposed to be the same, but people take different approaches to this thing. And like stuff like that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, the Nightwing one, I mean, it was good, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, so, I mean, I get Dick being afraid of losing Barbara, but then it's like, so wait, is he afraid of murdering Batman?
Yeah, so I guess, and again, when I read, apparently that, so there, I think I liked the second one better because it was a little funnier, like when Barbara has that tray of, it's like motor oil and
oh yeah,
stuff like that. That was kind of funny. And I guess that the back rooms of Arkham, how they're those kind of tan cubicles, I guess that's a thing on the internet. So that's also kind of a joke. I didn't realize that was a joke. That had to be explained to me that it was a joke. But I suppose if you know that, then that's also kind of funny. Well, and how like Killer Croc and his face had been made into a handbag. And stuff like that. So it was kind of funny. It was funnier in the second one. So that was nice. But I thought the ending was weird. And by that I mean with Nightwing, I mean the absolute ending. Where they're like, darkness is a part of us. You liked it. It left you wanting more. And he's like, no. And then he's like, some of them stay with it. And I'll be thinking about this one for a long time. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It just felt like a weird ending.
Yeah, I know. And again, we won't see it, but I'm sure eventually he'll learn. Oh yeah, this guy Insomnia was messing with everyone's dreams. So yeah, that's why you're having this horrible nightmare.
Right. And like what's happening with the Scarecrow is like, that was one thing that's a little bit unclear. Is the Scarecrow staying in the dream, or is he dreaming that
Well, that's the other thing I was like, too. I was like, it was confusing to me. It's like, are people's dreams linking up? I'm like, was that really Jonathan Crane, or was that just, a figment of his imagination? Yeah.
Right. And I guess that was maybe one thing where also the Titans kind of edged out for me Nightwing, is because it was obvious that they were all having their own dreams and then they were interacting, and that made sense because it's a team book. But
Yeah.
then with this one, I was kind of like, wait, why did Batgirl and why did Cass and Steph suddenly show up in Nightwing's book?
Yeah, it's the thing. And that's the thing. I'm like, is he just imagining them? Is that really them?
Because I mean, they mentioned their dreams. She was like, I saw my dad, I saw myself. So it kind of seemed, but yeah, then it was odd. It was almost like they were making the second issue a team up issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a little unclear because it's kind of, but this is Nightwing's book. So is it, yeah, what exactly is going on?
Oh yeah, if you look in that the cafeteria Arkham there's a lot of in jokes there, like the penguin looks like a penguin and stuff. So I'm assuming that's Tarantula.
Yeah. So that I thought, so that was kind of cool, and I thought that was funny and more interesting. But yeah, then some of it was just kind of unclear.
I mean,
how this is supposed to be interacting. Yeah, like you said, is that really Scarecrow? Is it?
I mean, I kind of get it. I don't know if it's intentional or not, or if they are trying to set it, because it's like, you can have a dream and like you'll see like random imagery and be like, oh, what is that? I don't even know what that's supposed to be about. So I didn't know if that was intentional or not, but yeah, that was just weird with like Barbara being a cyborg almost.
Right, and then it's like that's Barbara's fear of being too reliant on technology, machinery. It's like, okay, but so yeah, their dreams are interacting in some way. I don't know.
And I don't know. I just felt like this is going to be like your new meme as, Nightmare Batman running at him going, murder most foul.
Like you said, that's what the bard said anyway.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Insomnia tries to get him with the old Flying Grayson's nightmare.
Right, yeah, and Tony Zuko popping up and just...
Mm-hmm. But again, yeah, it's so weird. Like when he falls off the trapeze and Scarecrow catches him, I'm like, so is Scarecrow supposed to be a friend in this thing, or is Scarecrow supposed to?
I mean, I think a little bit because Scarecrow gave him that map and kind of helped him.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, so Scarecrow's supposed to be his guide. I was like, so is Scarecrow like his subconscious trying to steer himself through this thing? Because that's like reading the first issue. I was like, is that Jonathan Crane, the real Jonathan Crane messing with him, or?
Right. Yeah. Well, and then how he's like, I know a part of you liked it when you got to kill Daddy. Darkness is a part of us. You tasted it and it left you wanting more. So I'm like, are we supposed to think like, yeah, he really did want that? Or is it like he just worries about, his nightmares, losing his family, letting them down, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was a little bit interesting and different in that his nightmare was a little bit forward looking. He was worried about losing Barbara. He's worried about, his nightmare wasn't just, oh, let me relive my parents dying over and over and over again. So I guess that was nice.
Yeah.
Mixed it up a little.
I mean, I wonder though. It's like, I mean, we did get some Bad Family stuff, but I wonder just because the Titans had their own Night Terrors thing. I'm like, we really didn't get much with the Titans in this book.
Yeah.
Wonder if that was intentional or not, just because it's like, oh yeah, they're gonna have their own thing.
Yeah, I feel like it was that, because otherwise, why would they? It felt like they were trying to get everybody in, because I was like, oh, boom, all of a sudden they tossed in Stefan
Mm-hmm.
and Cass, but then they barely got any screen time.
And then, what did you think of the art? Because again, this isn't our friend Bruno Redondo. I mean, I
No,
like.
but I did like the art. Truthfully, I thought the art was the best thing about these.
Okay, I mean, yeah, for the most part, I did, but some of it looks like overly cartoony in some points. But I'm just like, okay, I mean, that's fine. But
Is it the same person that did the issue with when the imp showed up? It reminded me of the imp. Of the imp issue.
Who is this? Danielle Di Niculo. I don't know. Let me look this up. But yeah, let me look this up. Yeah, now that you say that, it does look similar. But no, I mean, I like these. I like these Nightwing Night Terrors. But yeah, again, it's just. Oh, yep, it is the same. Yeah, you are right. It is the same person who drew the Imp issue 998. Yes, good job.
So yeah. I like the art. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it wasn't. Yeah, like I liked it. It wasn't bad, but I was also kind of like, whatever.
I think we're spoiled with Bruno Redondo. That's a. All right. So yeah. So again, that gets a seal of approval, and we also got World's Finest Teen Titans #2.
All right. Yeah, I guess the thing is, I just think it's funny. I was like, some of these dreams stay with us, and I'll be thinking about this one for a long time. But like, really, will you? I mean, probably not. It will probably never get mentioned again.
No, probably not. I mean, again, unless those writers are on the write another Nightwing story, but even if they do, it'll probably be a while. And again, we'll have to see what happens to Insomnia at the end of that event. So.
Mhm. Yeah, that's why it was cool. That's why I just feel like, I don't know, I wanted it to be around October, because particularly with Nightwings, they did give it a kind of good horror movie vibe with,
Yeah.
you know, the guy being all kind of like squished up and stuff, and the jokes, and so it just felt like it would have been really good around Halloween, and it would have made more sense
Mm-hmm.
around Halloween, because then instead of it just being, why are you doing this random thing? It's like, oh yeah, we're doing this random thing, but it's for Halloween. So you're like,
Exactly.
But
All right. Sorry, I was just looking up when the next issue of Nightwing comes out. September 19th. So.
And that's the pirate one, right?
Yeah. Nightwing and Batgirl, as they journey across the ocean in search of the hold secret society that dates back to when Bloodhaven was founded.
Cool.
All right. So yeah. All right. So World's Finest Teen Titans. What did you?
All right, we're getting some more.
Yep.
Karen. Wait, was Karen in the first issue?
Yeah. I believe she. Yeah, she was.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah. When they fought the guy. Yeah. But Mal is new.
Yeah, Mal's new. Mm. Oh yeah, we had Lil. Did we have Lil? Oh no, we didn't have Lilith. Was it Gnark in the first one? Yeah, no.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's been an interesting thing is that this World's Finest Teen Titans it isn't exactly a Teen Titans year one recreation because it is broader than just the original ones. So
Yeah, it's basically Mark Waid's just a new origin basically. Yeah.
mhm. But he's really getting in people from a lot for the late 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the Titans show up to this old house in North Carolina. And Roy and Dick are still going at it. Don't get your cape in a bunch, Tweety Bird. Don't you mean Batnark? But this one almost reminded me of like a Night Terrors issue too, because they're like seeing stuff in this house.
Yes. Yeah.
Nations and
Yeah. It also felt a little Scooby Doo.
oh yeah, well yeah, again
The house.
teenagers, the house, yeah. And Garth kind of has to open up to this girl who's like stuck in the house.
Yeah, well, but I did want to say that, yeah, so Robin and Speedy going at it again, but he did have a point because Roy's like, "Are you sure you want Aqualad to do this? Unless there's a fish tank in there, he'll be useless." And it's like, hey, that's rude.
I'm sure your anti-psychic attack arrow will save the day. Just go.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, and again, in this one, there wasn't a ton of Dick either, which again, we can, expect Dick to be front and center in all of these things, but
Right, because they're expanding the cast.
yeah, and again, he does appear a lot in Batman, Superman, World's Finest.
But yeah, you're right. This did fit in very well with the Night Terrors because they're having.
I'd say like their fears or
their fears. Well, and her fears, like rejection, alienation, they're kind of coming to life. And yes,
that's this girl Dalla says, yeah, she's I guess she can kind of read minds. But I guess she could kind of get a hold of her powers here. So the Titans are seeing all kinds of stuff in this house until, like I said, Gar has to be like, because she's like, I'm a monster. He's like, no, everyone's insecure. Growing, everyone, of course, everyone is growing up. Talking about how the Atlanteans thought he was a repulsive evolutionary throwback who was born with purple eyes. But yeah,
the rejection, bullying, and so of course they do the bullying with Speedy because he's kind of an a-hole to some of the other Titans.
Yeah.
Fears are manifesting.
Yeah, so so Garth helps this girl rein in her powers. He's like, "Would you like some help?" She's like, "Yes." He's like, "Okay." But he tells her, he's like, even I have the stuff, have to work on this stuff sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, Garth, Lilith, and Gnark stay with the girl while the others leave. Oh, I guess this is what we're getting next. Oh yeah, next time. What are we getting? Titans Con.
Oh yes.
I love that last panel there. You see Roy and
well, but something's going on with Donna.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's worried about what she saw in there about the Amazons.
Yeah,
Breaking.
I wonder if Mark Waid's gonna play with that, where it's like, remember for a while she's like, oh, Wonder Woman's sister or adopted sister. Then it's like after Crisis, they had to like kind of mess with that. So it's like, I wonder if they're gonna be like, if he's gonna do something with that, where it's like, do I remember the real truth? I don't know.
Could be.
But
But yeah, that was funny. You're invited to, and they're all like, "Oh, cool." And Robin's what?
I know. Look at that look on Dick's face, like what? Because you could
He's
just tell.
like, "No," because he's probably thinking, "How is Batman going to react to this?"
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That look is just, oh no, I'm gonna have to hear it from him.
Yep.
And yes, of course, this is a modern reimagining of like their early days because they all have like cell phones and.
Yep.
That'd be so funny. They'd be like, "Hey, look at my groovy cell phone. Look at my hip cell phone."
They couldn't not have cell phones now.
I know.
That would be ridiculous.
Especially teenagers. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. That would strain belief.
Oh yeah, because no matter what year you're reading this, it's always like, oh yeah, this is probably like 10 years ago or something. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so what have you been?
Assuredly.
So yeah, so you've been enjoying this?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It's very diggity dank.
It definitely is.
I'm trying to remember because I don't think this is ongoing. Pretty sure this is a mini series. So.
Yes, I think it is.
Which is kind of sad because I think this would be a good companion book to the regular Titans book, but
yeah,
again with flashback stuff, I guess always have somewhat of a shelf life on it. Prequels.
Yeah.
Just trying to see if it says. Trying to remember if this is like 4 or.
I think it might be 6.
Try and see here. Everywhere I look, I'm not seeing a. Usually, sometimes it'll say like 1 of whatever, 2 of whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's been good, and if everyone's been enjoying Batman, Superman, World's Finest, you'll like this book.
Oh yeah, I am not. So how much is Dick in the last 2?
Well, he was in that wrap up with Amazo and stuff, but then the newest one that came out when they started the new arc, he's not in it because they jump back even further to show like when Clark and Bruce first meet. So it's like even earlier on. Yeah. So I was gonna say this Teen Titans miniseries is timed good because Dick's not in the current arc. It's even further back.
Cool.
All right. So, Kristen, any thoughts on any other thoughts on any of these books, or?
I think those are most all of my thoughts.
All right. So next week we'll do another classic review. Pull this up, make sure I remember this right.
Oh yeah, what is it? I gotta remind myself.
Yeah. So we'll do that, and then the episode, and then we'll take our break again, and then when we come the episode, yeah. So 2 episodes from now, we'll do the new books again. But yes, next week we'll do Nightwing 54 and 55 from wait. Is that the one I had down? Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. That's September's. No, we're going to do Nightwing 142 through 146. That's in that Cloisters era.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So we're going to
jam.
I think we did 141. So yeah, we're gonna pick up
Yes.
right from there after that. So yeah, 142 and 146. So I have a feeling you'll like that. Oh, didn't he reach out? Oh, I'll have to. Was that Tomasi? I'll have to try to reach out again. Be like, hey, we're doing it again. You want to join us?
Yeah, so I can tell him how stoked I was.
Exactly. All right, kids. So yeah, there's your homework. Yeah, next episode we'll do Nightwing 142 through 146. Then we'll take our 2-week break for Electric Mullet, and then we'll be back. Yes, with when Nightwing returns. Yeah, because I think we have that time pretty good. So usually the first of our 2 episodes a month will be around when the Nightwing book comes out. So Night Terrors kind of threw it off a little bit, but I think we're getting back to our regular release date. So all right. So yeah, so send us all your thoughts on what did you think of Night Terrors. Send us on the classic stuff, the 142 through 146. And then yeah, every time a new issue comes out, yeah, let us know. Send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, links to the Patreon. Find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right. And again, it's been a few weeks, so you may have forgotten, but you must, if you listen to this show, you must, it's a required reading. Go pick up Dick Grayson Boy Wonder on Amazon right now. And again, if you're a fan of the character, yes, you will find new information in there. So Kristen put together a hell of a book. So yeah, go pick it up. And again, you support an educator when you do. All right, kids. Enough of my goofiness. All right. Thank you for joining us. That's right, kids. Wake up. Night Terrors is over on this show. Wake up. Again, in next week, Nightwing 142 to 146. Oh, I saw speculation on the internet real quick. They're saying, oh, is that Nightwing movie dead they were talking about like so long ago because there's been no updates. So, but they haven't come out and said it was dead. So
We'll see.
Again, with a writer's strike, if anything, it'll be delayed anyway.
Yeah, to a certain extent, everything's dead.
Yes. All right, kids. So come back next time. Join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
Nightwing News.